This is a Kahan TV Sports Break. Okay, so it could have been a pretty sweet week of football with the second leg of Champions League Semis. Instead, both ties were completely over before the second leg even kicked off. I wasn't even going to do a show on it. I guess we could talk about who we think is going to win the final, but the reality of it is that it will probably be a really cagey match. Both sides will be really careful not to give up something stupid. The difference will be by a toenail or something. The thing I want to discuss today is a very simple idea of why a lot of us watch sports. And it's because there was probably a moment where we saw an epic game where the crowd just went nuts at the spectacle they were seeing. The competition. A close, competitive game. The point is that the best teams play off at the end, or at least as close to the end as possible. I'm finally getting to my point here. I think there should be some kind of seedings in the Champions League knockout stages. PSG and Barcelona cannot happen in the round of 16. That could have very well been a semi-final match. With all due respect to Monaco, they're upstart, but they had no business in the semi-finals of the world's elite tournament. Usually, by chance, we get the best teams in the semis, but this time the draws didn't turn out that way. It wouldn't be that hard to do based on the nation's rankings and where the teams finished in the previous year's standings. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I had such an ordinary week. I have a lot of problems in my life. My life pretty much stinks right now. I could have used a couple of epic semi-final matches to spice up my life, but it didn't happen. Instead, I wasted my time. No surprises whatsoever. I hope some share my sentiment and it's considered at some point, but you know how these things work. It can be a snail of a process. On the English Premier League front, Liverpool are kind of in trouble with Arsenal coming up the rear. With Arsenal's win over Southampton yesterday, if they beat Stoke on Saturday, we're going to be in for a very interesting time when Liverpool visit the Olympic Stadium on Sunday, completely out of form and racked by injuries. At this point, if Liverpool finish in the top four, it will really be an accomplishment. That is all for this edition of Sports Break. We hope to see you again sometime soon.